Hey everybody, Sean Clement here again from the Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center. I got Matt on the camera, and it looks like that first video came out pretty darn good. So today's lesson is all about maintaining your posture and feeling what the body, a dynamic posture at address that's going to allow you to throw a heavy arm club unit toward the target. And the awareness that you're going to have when you're swinging our little kettlebell. So if you're a strong guy, 10-pound kettlebell is excellent. 8 pounds will do the trick easily. For the gals, I would suggest a 4 to 6 pound kettlebell, okay? And you'll have everything you need right there. So let's start off with the posture. So now, if I get into my posture here, you'll notice if I'm getting ready to heave this heavy kettlebell out there into a target, I can't start from this position here. There's no, my legs aren't engaged into this setup. So you notice when I get my posture, if I'm reaching out, I'll feel it right here in my anterior deltoid muscles, my shoulder muscles. When it's hanging properly, I feel that my shoulder muscles are very relaxed. So if I bend too much, obviously I'm going to take out my knees. I don't want that. And if I don't bend forward enough, then I risk Charlie horsing myself, obviously, with this. So out of pure self-preservation, you're going to get the right posture with your kettlebell unit. So now if I swing back and through without stopping, you'll notice that my posture has to stay in place. If we look at it from this angle, notice how the weight stays inside left, inside right, inside left, inside right, inside left. So you notice how I'm staying beautifully braced inside my feet because I'm reacting to the weight of this kettlebell. That's what we human beings are great at, reacting to external focus, external stimuli. This is extra gravity stimulation for my body, okay? So as I'm swinging, if I'm going to heave this out toward the target, you notice how everything moves up toward the target. If I try to do it in a rotational way, well, now I risk spraying this thing in all kinds of different directions. Whereas if I'm just swinging freely, I'm going to let this one go. So you notice how my body's in fantastic balance. Everything was released away and up from my body. The centrifugal force is pulling out of my hands here towards that target, and I got myself a terrific toss. So for those of you who have a tendency to shank, this is a really important little lesson here, because if you're not in the correct position to start off, let me just go back to my normal setup here. Thanks, Matt. If I start here, notice how centrifugal force has no place to go. What happens is, imagine I'm on the edge of a cliff here. That's the edge of a cliff. My ball is on a 500-foot-long tee, and I got the wind howling at my back. Do you think I can hold this position? Not very well. So as soon as the wind howls, whoa, now the weight of that arm club unit is going to be pulling away from me, and now I have to work my way toward the ball, but I don't have any space here. My body needs to get dynamically engaged. See? There's where my arm club unit wants to pass in dynamic motion. See? This feels great because the ball is inviting you to become static with it. It's like me waiting for Starbucks coffee. Oh, this feels really good. I could wait here all day. Hi, how are you? Versus, I've got this heavy battering ram or this heavy kettlebell or this heavy sandbag that I'm getting ready to heave to a target, like the back of a pickup truck. This is a dynamically positioned setup. Now I can bring that. So notice the space I have now between myself and the golf ball. It feels that if I release to the left of that keep out sign, I'm going to hit the fade here. I feel that there we go. So notice how amazing that kettlebell really kept my posture in check. This feels like I'm swinging a kettlebell. This feels like I'm on a Charlie horse myself with the kettlebell. This feels great, access to the target. This not so great, no access to the target, maybe access to the ball, but that's where you'll tend to hosel it, or hit the ground before the ball, or have to push the club down towards the ball, because from up here, there's no downward momentum, so you feel the need to push down. Whereas here, notice how the toe of the club is off the ground? Remember, that's supposed to happen, right? The toe of the club, if I try to keep it flat, look how high my hands are. I'm just basically slapping at the ball right now, versus here, now I got the weight of that arm club unit driving through that ball into the target. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you in the next segment.